last year, like a lot of situations, like I wasn't one to speak up about how I feel, but I think in this environment, like I'm very close to all the EG boys, so it just makes for an easy environment to speak my mind or like how I feel about a round. And I think I definitely have been a lot better at that this year than last year, and I think that's improved me as a player and just like a teammate. Like I'm also trying to hold people accountable and just still be myself.
Hey everyone, Sejasun here. I'm here with Evil Geniuses Icy after their 2-0 victory over Furia. So first off, congratulations on securing playoffs. What was the mindset, going into the series? Was it primarily just, you're a great team, just get this dub and then focus on playoffs next?
I would say like the main mindset for me at least, and what I said going into it was just like don't underestimate them because like we all know like they aren't having the best stage, but I think that every player that's in this league is here for a reason. So to not underestimate them just definitely is a helpful reminder to not, yeah.
Mhm. So was a lot of the focus more so placed on fixing the team's mistakes, more so than doing anti-strat for Furia?
Like yeah, definitely we're focusing a lot on what we're doing just because like the last three losses, it felt like a lot of it like yeah, like they played good Valorant, but a lot of it was just like our mistakes, and we knew that. So we were just kind of hyper focusing on what we could control instead of like going to the match like hard trying to counter them.
Yeah. I mean, when I spoke to the rest of your team throughout the split, they talked about how a lot of it came down to just the atmosphere and the comms just being lower energy usually, and that kind of resulted in just a lot of these rounds just crumbling. From your perspective, what do you feel like? What was the most troubling point? We can even just start for you yourself. What were the things that you were having trouble with the most in stage two?
I think for me and just like the entirety of the team, like a main goal is just to have fun when we're playing out there and not like be down on ourselves and like just focus on the next round. Just yeah, I would say like that's definitely a big individual goal for me, but I think like there is moments where we are low energy, especially coming off of like a map one loss. So I think that just like focusing on ourselves and our energy is big for our communication, just because our communication like drops like if energy is getting low and people are like hard on themselves or whatever it is. So yeah.
Mhm. How do you bounce back when you start to notice the energy's low? Is that primarily like Nick just telling everyone, hey, we need more energy in the comms in between rounds? Or how do you do that in situations where you only have like 15 to 20 seconds to make adjustments?
Um, Definitely Nick is like gives helpful reminders. Nick is nature, and I think yeah, it's definitely tough. Like just because there's so like few like there's the freeze time is so like short. But let me think. Yeah, I don't know. Nick is definitely a helpful reminder for us, and he's a good IGL at getting our energy up. And I think like we all like feel the energy being down when it happens, and we all like yeah, it's just like a feeling. You always feel it like when you're playing a game and stuff feels down. So I think like anybody on our team could like bring up the energy and just the vibes in general, like maybe a dumb joke or just something that's funny, just to like lighten it up, lighten the mood.
Yeah, and I think for you, because you do come across more of just a mellow personality. Do, does your cadence usually just stay like that, or when you're energetic, it goes higher, and then when you're lower, it goes even more chill? Like, how do you feel like the differences play on your end for that?
I definitely think like I'm a more mellow person, but like if someone gives me like something I can like pong to, like we say like ping and pong, like to double peak.
Yeah.
But like we always say like to like yeah, just like play off of somebody. Like if someone like says something dumb, I'm definitely someone who's always like trying to like play off of them and just like say
Okay.
something dumb as well. And I think like my energy definitely like it helps when the environment is a lot like upbeat, more upbeat.
Mhm.
But I think I'm also a person that just like says like dumb jokes, just says dumb things. I feel like I don't show it a lot like in matches or anything, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely like I don't know, just say some funny things.
Any funny things this split specifically that you remember?
Um, hmm.
Y'all been learning Viet.
Yeah, we've been learning via in our comms. I don't know. I think hmm. Yay sometimes says some like sus things, and I'll say some sus things. Like that's about it. Like
Yeah.
definitely like just other random things. Like I'll just like try to lighten the mood. And I'm definitely better at doing it when someone else says something. I just like say something dumb and like someone will notice and just start laughing.
Yeah, I mean, one time I think in stage one when I spoke to Trent, he was talking about how Jonah in the comms just goes, "Yo, we're bouncing on them," and then everyone just shouts "Ayo,"
Yeah.
anything like that.
I feel like, yeah, playing with Jonah last year, like he's just like a funny vibes guy. Like he's obviously so good at the game, but like also just in comms, like I think a big thing for him is just like trying to lift up the mood by saying something really like sus or like dumb and stuff funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I want to push it just back to you as well because I just wanted to ask like, how are you doing the split in this year? Like, switch over from G2 back to EG. But I just wanted to come back to that because it's been like 8-ish months with Evil Geniuses again.
Mhm.
How have you found just the adjustment into this, and do you feel like you've had to adapt into like a new type of role within the team as a duelist? You have to be more aggressive, and has that been troubling? Yeah, just talk to me about the past 10 months.
Yeah. So with G2 and EG, there's definitely like obviously there's different coaches, different environment, and just like a whole new system. So for me, I think a big thing that I've improved on from last year is just like the ability to speak up. I feel like last year, like a lot of situations, like I wasn't one to speak up about how I feel, but I think in this environment, like I'm very close to all the EG boys, so it just makes for an easy environment to speak my mind or like how I feel about a round. And I think I definitely have been a lot better at that this year than last year, and I think that's improved me as a player and just like a teammate. Like I'm also trying to hold people accountable and just still be myself.
Is that because primarily just at your core nature, you're just more like laid back and go with the flow of most things?
Um, yeah, definitely like because of my personality, but also I just think like my situation last year where I kind of joined the team mid-season and I had something to prove. It felt like I was maybe failing as a teammate in certain aspects, like picking my teammates up or like holding them accountable just because my experience was not as high as my teammates. And I think that they helped me to shape into a better player. And I learned a lot from everybody on that team and the system. So I think that that alone just shaped me into a better player. And I think that like nowadays, I took that experience and I'm applying it to like every match and stuff.
Yeah, it's like in 2025, as the stages have gone on, you feel more self-assured in your play as a duelist.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's self assurance, but also I guess yeah, I don't know how to like. It definitely is like self assurance. I think that like I'm more confident in myself as like a person and teammate and player. Just like not having like a lot of experience on the previous team in G2, just definitely like the added experience. I feel like I'm shaped into a better player now, and I think Coach Potter has helped me a lot.
Did you feel like you take constructive feedback to heart before, and then you're better at that because you know that even though there are things that you do naturally always need to work on as a player, um, you have this confident base. Like even despite these things, I'm still like one of the top players at what I'm doing in Americas.
Wait, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. It's kind of just more so of even with the constructive feedback of everything, do you feel like because you have this confident base in yourself or feel more self-assured that it's easier to receive the constructive feedback from other people compared to your earlier years in as a player?
I think a big thing in just being a top level player and just like performer, whether it be like a sport or like esports, specifically Valorant, I think is just taking the constructive criticism and just knowing that the person that's giving the criticism is not doing it out of like the bad in their heart. Like it's always like with good intentions. And I think that people don't always like view it like that. So if someone like criticizes your gameplay, like you should definitely not take it to heart. I think that's something that it's not something I've really like thought about like between like G2 and EG, but I think it's something that I'm just like slowly like seeing more and more in myself as I like just grow older and just become a better person. I think I'm not taking things to heart and just not I'm understanding like if Coach Potter tells me something, like it's not out of like her wanting me to fail. Like she always like is wanting me to be the best I can and just thrive under like any pressure.
Out of curiosity, what was the biggest thing that you did work with Potter? Was it just finding your voice more when it comes to just like holding people accountable? Like, what do you feel like was the biggest thing that you worked on with her?
Um, I feel like as players, like we have a lot of like one-on-one talks with her, and I think
Yeah.
just in general, um, I'm not sure if there's like one thing I can point out because I think that she's just shaped me into like a better player overall with her like view on the game and her criticism of like what I'm doing. So I don't think there's one thing in specific I can point out, but I think that every talk I have with her, I'm always learning something new, and like whether it be by myself or the team or the game. So yeah,
Yeah, it's like every little skill is just being passively built up over time.
yeah.
So then, what to me about going to playoffs? You will start in the lower bracket once again. However, you guys have made a lower bracket run in the past. Almost meet Toronto. So then, talk to me about that phase. How do you go into that so that you can qualify to Paris?
Yeah.
Maybe win the split. Do some dope things for EG.
Um, yeah, definitely we've been in these shoes before, so I don't think we're stressing at all. We're just gonna take it one game at a time. I want to make Paris just for like. I mean, obviously you want to make champs always. You want to just like make it to the top event, but just like I've never been to Paris, and I played a game Expedition 33, and it's like based in like France. That first of all, but also like my girlfriend loves chamber, so that's my second reason. And I think it's gonna be chamber themed because like Champs Soul was Vice. Wait, well I don't even know, but I know the Champs 2023 in LA was Gecko, so I assume it's gonna be chamber for this one. So I want to just make it and get some cool like chamber merch or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's sick. I mean, I'm sure your girlfriend would love that as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, Icy. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.